Hello and good morning, friends. I am Andrea Menard. Let's try and fix this. I am Andrea Menard and I am in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a Metis woman from Saskatchewan and the prairies. Hi. And my message today from the Patchwork Grandmothers. Now, the Patchwork Grandmothers, if you have not been a part of my show before, is the Patchwork Grandmothers are my ancestral teachers, my guidance, my helpers, that you might call angels, that you might call your intuition. But anyway, they are my helpers, and as a Métis woman, I'm very connected to my grandmothers. So the Patchwork Grandmothers have a message today, and the message today is let your waters flow. Yep, we're talking tears, folks. Let your waters flow. You know, all of those feelings and grief and sorrow, they want to return to our sacred mother. They don't want to be stuck inside our emotional bodies, inside our physical bodies. They're not meant to stay pooling, because that's what they do. They pool, right? They pool and they get stagnant, and they're not meant to. They're meant to flow like the rain. The beautiful rain is natural. It flows. And when we let our feelings and our grief flow, it just travels back to Mother Earth, and that's good. They're healing. Our waters, our sacred waters, are meant to flow like the rivers and like the rain. So the message from the Patchwork Grandmothers is to let them flow. Remember, maybe we don't remember, but babies are just, they experience an emotion and they let it flow. They just let it go. They don't have the blockages. They haven't learned the mind, that the mind hasn't taught it, or the people around them haven't taught that baby yet to block those emotions. But they're immediate. They are our greatest teachers, babies. How many of you have kids, right? You got children, and they just feel an emotion and they let it flow. No blockages. It's the teachings. Don't cry. I'll give you something to cry about. All those things. How many of you had that kind of training? Well, all of us did. All of us did on some level, and our parents had that training, and their parents had that training. So somewhere along the way, we just learned, we got off on the wrong foot, that tears and emotion is bad. And I think if we look around and see some of the grief and sorrow and stuff that we're experiencing today, one of the reasons is because we don't let our waters flow. And water is meant to just travel down our cheeks, travel down our windowsills. It's meant to flow naturally, and it's healing to the core. We know that when we let out a good cry, it's healing. Now, I'm a good crier. Now, I say this only from experience, but I am a good crier. Maybe it's because that's why I chose acting and singing, because I'm a good expresser. But I also know how trained not to feel, not to cry. I'll give you something to cry about. Such good parenting. No offense, Mom and Dad. But we were taught that. And so I have developed over the years to let my waters flow. And I tell you, I'm much cleaner than I used to be. And so that was the help from the Patchwork Grandmothers. The only way I can access the wisdom from the Patchwork Grandmothers is to get quiet and to be still. But I would notice that after a cry, after letting my waters flow, I would find that stillness. I would find that peace that I'm longing for. I don't know about you, but I am longing for that peace in my life, that gentle ease in relationship with others, in my work, in my daily experience with myself. And after letting my waters flow, these sacred waters, I would find much peace. There are gems on the other side of a good cry, my friends. There are gems and wisdom that you can't access until you've let your waters flow. So the message from the Patchwork Grandmothers to say today is, my loved ones, we cannot access you. We can't help you unless you help yourself. And that's an allowance of letting your feelings flow. Because they are sacred. Those feelings are sacred, and you don't even know that until you get to the other side of them, because the wisdom lies on the other side. So today, my friends, honor your grief and your sorrow and your wisdom, or the wisdom of your grief and your sorrow. Honor them, for they have much to teach you. And I honor yours, and hopefully you will honor mine, and we will begin to spread the word that our feelings and our waters are meant to flow, and it's okay. So I pass on the message to you that it's okay to have a good cry. In fact, it's necessary to have a good cry. And I hope that you will pass on the message to me that it's okay for me to have a good cry as well. And then when we start honoring each other, right? When we start honoring each other, then maybe we'll find a little bit more ease in this world. So again, thank you, my friends. Have a good cry. I honor you and I love you. And message from the Patchwork Grandmothers, they love you too. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.